It's crunch time, and it's just me. Not forever. Mal will be up shortly, but since I very rarely get to start breakfast stream myself, since often if it's just one of us, it's Mal, I wanted to use this opportunity.
Don't act all superior, I got your breakfast.
Just got up here on time, unlike some people. I mean, we were both 20 minutes late before, so.
That was not our fault.
No, it wasn't. Got it?
Coffee.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Morning, everyone. First things first.
Oof.
The Elgato Stream Deck is a wonderful product. It regularly does strange things. And it continues to do strange things. This morning, I had it all set up, and whenever I was about to go live, but I was like making sure that the stream was muted, so I went to hit mute, and then the whole thing just started flickering. The little mute button was flickering, and then I tried to change scenes, and the scene changed, but the thing was flickering. Then I hit the folder to go to the timer, and the whole thing was like a light show. It was like, and I was like, what a quality product. I've never seen anything as affected by static. Honest to God, like, never in my life have I ever seen anything that was this affected by static, because I'll sit down and it's staticky. It's winter. And anytime I go to touch this, I can hear it. And sometimes it briefly shuts off and turns back on. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Okay.
I interrupted its rave.
I have an opinion on this.
Yeah?
But I want you to try it first.
Oh, so here's the other exciting thing. You remember that Christmas present that Mal was getting me? The food from Katz's Deli in New York? It came yesterday. We had pastrami last night for dinner, and matzo ball soup, and black and white cookies. It was like a whole thing. It was amazing. In addition, Mal also got a cinnamon babka from
We've only
Katz's.
ever seen chocolate.
So that's what we're having for dinner.
Breakfast.
What meal is this? For breakfast.
It's breakfast.
So it smells amazing.
It does. I like it better than the chocolate.
It's really good. No, it says Jewish food.
Cinnamon takes a backseat to no vodka.
We had never had matzo ball soup.
Yeah.
Like, I was aware of its existence, but we had never had it. And last night was the first time I'd ever tried it. It's very good. It's a relatively simple dish. But I've never had it before. And it was good. The one thing about eating...
Noah says, really? Yeah.
Yeah, never had it. The one thing that's, obviously going to be different is that it's not the same as going into a restaurant.
I wonder if the texture was the same.
Probably pretty similar. I mean, the thing is, like, everything arrived frozen, so we had to, like, thaw it and reheat it. And, like, that's fine. But I wonder if there would be anything that's a little bit different than just going into the restaurant and getting it. That being said, everything certainly tasted
The cookies
delicious.
were so good. Oh my gosh. The black and white cookies that they
They
sent?
they were really good. They were really, really, really good. Now, the meal comes with half a loaf of rye. And Mao was like, that's probably not enough bread. Better order another full loaf. So we got 3 half loaves. A half loaf is 16 slices of rye.
I didn't look at that. I just thought half loaf.
I'm aware. We have so much rye.
Bread.
So last night when we were making our pastrami sandwiches, I was like, listen, we need to... Instead, normally you'd pile a pastrami sandwich like really high. I was like, listen, we need to do half as much on a sandwich and make 2 sandwiches.
Hi.
So that's what we did. So we actually made 2 sandwiches. We froze 2. So because we got 3 half loaves. 2 of them went straight in the freezer. The other one, I was like, we're gonna eat 2 sandwiches each tonight.
This is plenty.
Toby says, gotta buy more pastrami now. I mean, that is ultimately what's gonna happen. Because once we eat all of this, we're still gonna have a bunch of bread left over. And, like, you can eat peanut butter and jelly rye sandwiches. It's not illegal, but it's, you know, I would rather put meat on rye, so we'll probably pick up something.
Hello, darling kitten.
Anyway.
Soccer Racing said, my partner and I decided to order from Katz after the Christmas vlog. Our package is arriving today. Ooh, I'm curious to see how yours goes.
Oh.
I was very impressed with packaging. Oh, that was a bits.
I mean, you're allowed to read it. You can read it anytime. It's just funny because I was like, that's actually an alert. Well, neat. I hope that you enjoy it. It was great. The other thing that I liked is that you get a big old thing of mustard.
Mm-hmm. It's good mustard.
The pickles are also delicious too. Nomi Bookworm says, what are black and white cookies?
They're very thick cookies. They kind of rise a little bit, like they get a dome.
They're cakey.
And then they flip them over and they frost the bottom with a half hard white icing and then like a softer chocolate on the other half.
They're really good. Like it's hard for me to overstate how good these cookies were. They're really good. Like the top tier of cookie. They're delicious. But everything about yesterday was fun and good. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have things to look forward to. I mean, like any time, but especially like now.
Yeah. Like
within the last like 12 months. It's like, oh man, something to look forward to. So we've been like really looking forward to it. And it says, do you have any good Jewish delis in Myrtle Beach? We've got a few like New York delis that are not necessarily explicitly Jewish.
Yeah.
But it's like a somewhat similar experience.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Slightly different menu items, but definitely treading the same thing. As far as like quality Jewish deli, though, no. But I like to go to them whenever I can. Like if I can go to like an authentic Jewish deli whenever we're traveling, holy crap, it was so good.
We went to one in Houston and it was very good.
Kenny and Ziggy's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kenny and Ziggy's was really good. That was really, really good. Anyway, at some point when we can like travel around freely and stuff, oh, I can't. I'm gonna eat so many sandwiches.
Good morning, Kepler.
Anyway, let's read a few things while I work through this very delicious babka. We got 3 months from Cock9 who says, hey, the button worked today. It did. It did. And also now that I'm privy to the fact that sometimes it'll be like, I should be able to fix it if it, happens again. 13 months from Chill Days says, 13 is the luckiest number, right? Probably in some cultures. Probably. 30 bits from Smashing Crossing says, hashtag 6-hour chat. Not today. We're not talking till 3 p.m. We've never had a breakfast stream go anywhere near that long. Although we've certainly had some gaming streams that got close. Or, I was reminded of this because I was going through, like, all of the stuff we made in 2020 to start getting it ready for backup. Mm-hmm. And man, we, on the surface level, it's like, what did you stream in 2020? And I think a lot of people would be like, well, Breath of the Wild. And that's true, but we did a lot of other stuff. I think one of the highlights of last year for me was actually that RPG Maker stream. And that was so fun. Like, I really want to do another one of those. I'm not sure exactly when, but... And Spark says 6 full playthroughs in total. Yeah, we played a lot of stuff. We played, Mario RPG, we played Katamari, we played Yoshi's Island. We also played, like, Donut County. There's a bunch of, like, little things we played. So, yeah.
Boy.
Oh, yeah, we did the Kirby Fighters, too, and Odyssey. Yeah. Of all of them, I think my favorite was probably... RPG Maker. Sorry, it's hard to take that... It's hard to take Patrick's face seriously. 1400 for Padawan Becca. It's the Patty Party. Thank you, Becca.
Are you loafing on me?
I haven't seen him in forever.
You are? Look at you.
He's a good boy. Short Hike. No, that was 2019. I think it was near the end of 2019, though. So it kind of all feels, you know, similar. Oh, yeah, and Disc Only. Yeah, well, I think of Disc Only as, like, a completely different thing, personally. It's just... I mean, it's technically a stream, but I think of it very much as, like, a separate, like, audio program.
Yeah.
So... yeah. Anyway. Oh, he purring hard. You happy? Good boy.
Good kitty.
Good boy.
No one can see you because you're in my lap.
He's purring good. Anyway, are you gonna read some things while I finish this?
Cappy wants pastrami. Yes, I can read while you eat your babka.
Oh.
GamerGirl2108 resub 13 months. Wow, it's been 13 months. I always enjoy Breath of the Wild.
I always enjoyed the Breath of the Wild streams.
After you beat it, which DLC pack are you going to play first?
I don't know what that means.
What DLC packs there are?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we don't. We do know that Zelda was like, hey, go do this thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna... I don't know, whatever the general consensus is. I'm probably, if I can, I'm probably going to the DLC, like, work the DLC into, like,
the game? Yeah.
Like, if I'm allowed to, I will almost certainly beat Breath of the Wild as the last thing. I'll probably beat it, like, as the last thing we do. Probably.
Tune is 8922 resub 20 months. Hello, grandparents. Can't stay for the stream. I still have in-person morning classes. So I come to say hello and celebrate somehow 10 months. My question is for today, even though we're just started the year, what has been your happiest moment so far?
Yesterday was pretty good.
Yeah, yesterday was real good.
I liked eating that sandwich.
Coffee. It was a good sandwich.
It was a good sandwich. I don't know. Also, the Sundays we've been doing, just the fact that we've been, I mean, you know, we've been taking time off and trying to enjoy each other's company, but then also watching movies has been really nice. Spirited Away was really good, too. I mean, I know I said that on Tuesday, but it was really good.
It was very good.
So, you know, it's been, you know...
Yeah.
It's been all right so far. It's going fast. I think that's the takeaway. It's like, can you believe that it's been 2 weeks?
Watch.
Because that's quick. Like, it feels like we just did the New Year's stream.
Yeah, it's the 14th. I am already covered in cat hair.
We have a cat.
He's in my lap.
Are you still reading?
Yes. Skit Scott gifted a sub to Radio Scotty. Thank you. Saddle Racing 62 resub 6 months. Good morning, grandparents. Hard to believe it's been 6 months already. Thanks for all you do. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy your cat's order.
I'm gonna be enjoying that bread for like 3 weeks.
Mozelle with an E sent 300 bits. Today has already been an off day after something that happened last night in a Discord group, and a friend DM'd me this morning on what I said and how to approach it next time. I may be an adult, but as a deep introvert trying to even be a bit more social. It's nice to know a friend is looking out for me.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I think that's nice because, oh, you spilled.
Ignore it. Keep going.
You do that for me sometimes, and I appreciate that.
Do what? Just like point out things to keep in mind for next time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always... One of the things I'm always trying to do is, like... Before I say something, I'm always trying to, like, very, very quickly run through how it can be perceived. Which is, particularly difficult in certain situations. Especially if it's a comedic situation where timing is big. You're trying to, like, very quickly run through something, be like... what are all the quick ways that this can be perceived? And sometimes, even with best intentions, you mess it up. But that's all right. It's nice to have someone looking out for you. And I've had people do the same thing for me too. They're like, "Hey, the thing you said," and I'm like, "Noted. I'll keep that in mind."
Oddish Anthony resub 4 months. 4 months. I'm awake to celebrate it too. I'm usually dead asleep at this time, but you can't be asleep if you never went to bed. Oh.
I hope you get some sleep soon.
Yeah.
It's important, I promise. Source. I've messed it up before.
Yeah. We're still recovering from staying up late on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay up to watch sumo. I think it's responsible for some problems on Sunday and Monday, and then bleeding slightly into Tuesday. I like it, but Thomas says, "I went to bed and it was great." Good. The issue with sumo specifically is that, like, for 3 months we'll be on a pretty good schedule. And, like, we stay up on Saturdays, but not, like, super, super late. And then suddenly sumo comes around and it's like, well, we have to stay up until 5. And when you've...
It depends on the...
Sure, but when you've been, like, relatively consistent with sleep and then suddenly, out of nowhere, you have to stay up, Thank you, Chaz. Listen, Chaz, I can't stay up that late and not eat again. I have to... You eat at certain amount of times. There's certain, like, amount of time that has to pass, and you have to eat again. That's just how I am. Just gotta eat again. And yeah, I could just watch it the next day, so. Okay, I'll read.
Sorry, I was fixing Kepler.
Okay, 11 months from back in Reg says, 11, we're almost at the Big 12. Also, I'd like to share that the duck neck poster I ordered arrived and my parents love it. Also made you guys as me and moved you into my Tomodachi Life island. We'll have to see how that turns out. I never got to play that game.
No.
But when it came out, there was a few people I knew that was playing it. And I was in their games, too. So that was interesting. Especially because people would tag me and be like, "Look what you're doing now!" It's like making a Sims game. Get 300 bits from Caber29 says, asking for good vibes for my sister, Vest Digital Media, because she has tested positive for COVID. Good vibes. Good vibes. Tell her to rest up, take it easy, drink liquids, and just try to do, really just as little as possible. Just rest. I'm talking to someone recently who also had it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people in their household got tested for antibodies and had antibodies. And they had, like, never even...
Had any symptoms.
Mm-hmm. And I was like... Again, the gamut for how people,
asymptomatic all the way to...
Yeah, it's just
becoming
wild.
Quite ill, yeah.
It's just wild. But my best to her, and certainly, good vibes that... It's quick and easy. Doesn't have to deal with very many symptoms. We got 19 months from Nixelpad. Says, "Morning, grandparents, and Happy New Year, since I haven't been here since 2020. I guess that means we haven't seen each other in a year. But I am forcibly removed from Jared's house and am thrown out in the street." It's been a whole year. Or 2 weeks. It's close. 6 months from John Kid 91. Running on no sleep due to some bad news needed this today. Hoping for some better days soon. I hope you get some better days soon.
Yeah.
Getting bad news suddenly, especially, coinciding that with no sleep, can make any day extremely rough. So I hope that some good news comes your way. I had a bad day on Monday. I think Monday was my day that I was like, oh, this is not a good day.
Yeah.
It was just too many little things that I was like, eh. And at some point I was like, I'm writing this day off. I'm gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow will just have to be better because that day was not. I was like, nope, not good. Darling Ace has gifted a sub to the Sword of Shadows. Darling Ace has also gifted a sub to Dreek J617. 4 months from Doom Sushi says, sub message from my toddler. 84 RGF. Looking forward to future sub messages from toddlers and animals. My cat says this. Hope your toddler's doing well. There's almost a word in there. Like almost. It's getting there. I can't wait for like 5 and 6 months to see what it says. 3 bits from Shy says, now that we've settled a bit into 21, people have had time to gather their thoughts on 2020 and share their picks for their personal game of the year and such. What is your game of the year pick, and why is it Kirby Star Allies for the 5th year in a row? My 2020 game of the year is Breath of the Wild.
You haven't finished it yet.
Why does that matter?
I don't know.
That doesn't matter. I have already had more fun with Breath of the Wild than I've had other games. And I like Kirby Star Allies. Breath of the Wild is an objectively better game than Kirby Star Allies. It's a different game. It's certainly a different game. But it's more fun, for sure. I've really enjoyed it. I know Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, but I didn't play any, full games in 2020 that I can think of.
I did. Red Dead.
That was 2018.
Yeah, well, I played it.
Oh, well, yeah,
year.
that's what I mean. I didn't play any 2020 games in 2020 more than first 20. Also, that's
Animal Crossing?
The only year I get to make that joke. Okay. Is that the only game? I think Animal Crossing is the only game in 2020 that I played from 2020 that I played enough that I can be like, I played the whole game. Alright, Animal Crossing is my 2020 game. My game of the year in 2020 is Breath of the Wild. My 2020 game of the year 2020 is Animal Crossing. I guess. Yeah, Pikmin 3 Deluxe was released also.
Yeah.
But that's technically a game from 2013.
Yeah.
And if I'm being realistic, I probably had more fun with Animal Crossing
than Pikmin?
And it's not necessarily that I think Animal Crossing is more fun than Pikmin. I don't think that's particularly true. But when Animal Crossing came about, like Noah says, single-handedly saved 2020. For when I got Animal Crossing was needed. And I played the crap out of that game for 3 months straight.
I mean, it was also great that friends were playing and be like, oh, I have stars tonight, come over.
Yes. So yeah, of the two, the one that I would rather, go back to or something would probably be Pikmin. But the one that was more important in 2020 was Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It was a necessity. It was really a necessity. But shout out to Kirby Star Allies.
Kepler, you're so warm. GamerGirl2108 gifted a sub to GamingFan1928.
A lot of similar letters and numbers.
Mm-hmm. How does that... Lixrin? Elixrin? How would you pronounce that?
I've been pronouncing it Lixrin.
Lixrin. Resub 16 months and said, 16 months, woo, I hope everyone is having a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I regularly... I decide how to pronounce things for what it's worth.
Okay.
Sometimes people are like, actually, this is how you pronounce it. And then I attempt to, like, commit that to memory. And sometimes I do.
Attempt.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I can't remember. But there's like there's a try. 300 bits from Nunchoos. I had to Google what matzo ball soup was, but it turns out I've actually had it before. 5 years ago, I was in Munich, Germany, and I walked into a pub and ordered something at random. Now I finally know what it was. Hey, that's cool. That's really neat. I also love to order, like to let someone order for me. That's
You've done that
super.
a few times.
That is super fun. I know not everyone's going to be into that because there's either dietary restrictions or just, I mean, fear. There might be general fear about, oh God, what will show up. But I love doing that. Just like, hey.
My favorite time you did that is when we went to the Indian restaurant in Vancouver.
That was really good. Because the guy's eyes lit up and he was like, I got you.
He's like, can you handle spice? And you were like, yeah.
He was like, okay.
My dish was hotter than your dish, and I ordered off the menu.
It was a little weird, but he got me something that wasn't on the menu.
Yeah.
He was like, this isn't on the menu. He's like, but this is just like a favorite dish of mine.
It was
and I was
so
like,
good.
I was like, awesome. Awesome. So.
And we don't even, he said the name of it, but I didn't process it, so I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, your mileage may vary doing that, but doing it like at an authentic place tends to like work out really well. Like going to an authentic Indian place and like talking to, you know, the server who, you know, has that background and knows the food extremely well and can make that personal recommendation. That's awesome. I've also been at a place where I asked and they literally were just pointed to the most expensive thing on the menu, and I was like, okay. So your mileage may vary. You have to get someone that's truly invested in the
restaurant.
In the restaurant and not just what is the way that I can force the highest tip possible. Anyway. 19 months from Tricanthia, who says, good morning from the 6 a.m. crew. I'm currently working on 4 Breath of the Wild pieces for you and hope to show off the first completed one tomorrow.
Cool.
Nice. I can't wait. Friday's like my favorite day of the week.
Coffee.
It's one of the reasons we get to see what
all the fan artists.
Yeah, what folks are creating. 10 months from Adrian, who says, 10 whole years. Thanks for being here every Tuesday and Thursday morning. My coffee grinder came in and it's good.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. I would do that just for the smell. Even if
grind coffee so you can smell it.
Carly, I have a cinnamon babka from Katz's Deli in New York.
I was sending her pictures of dinner last night, so she knows we got.
Oh, okay. That's what you've missed. It's very good.
It's so good.
It's very, very good. It's, gosh darn it.
The bottom where it got
really
gooey
like
is
it.
so good.
Yeah.
That part's the best.
The whole thing is really amazing, though.
Carly says, oh, I want that. Carly, do you have a Trader Joe's? I mean, of course you do. You live in a city. They have chocolate ones sometimes. They have chocolate babka there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah, and the chocolate one's pretty good, but the cinnamon one, though, is real good.
Yeah. It's good. They're pretty comparable. I wouldn't say that the Trader Joe's one is bad at all.
No, it's not bad.
Definitely not. We got 6 months from Rad is Not Dead, who says, morning. 2 months from Mike Solo, who says, huzzah! We got a sub from Ellis O, welcome. 100 bits from Wanderlive. 13 months from Agers, who says, happy 13 months from me and my fish. He is swimming around in a circle to celebrate the occasion. Hi, fish. I hope you're doing well. Hope your day is full of little flecks of food.
Mail through enough shade at Myrtle Beach to warrant an overcast day. We don't have a Trader Joe's. Wilmington has one. Charleston has one.
We're not a city.
No, Myrtle Beach is very small this time of year.
I mean, we're also not a city.
No, we're not. Carly lives in a major city.
And, like, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. You know, it's not as crowded here. I mean, it's pretty crowded for 3 months, but outside of those 3 months, it's completely dead. We have a lot of stores and restaurants.
Yeah.
That most places have.
We barely have a place to get fabric.
Yeah,
there's
little things we're missing. We don't have a Trader Joe's, unfortunately.
No.
But we have a lot of other stuff. The other thing that we don't have is a lot of like shows, like people doing concerts and stuff.
Oh, we have quite a bit though.
I mean, yeah, but
because like where I grew up in Appleton, they didn't really do concerts. You either had to go to Green Bay or Milwaukee.
Okay, well then you had the same situation.
There's a House of Blues here.
I mean, yeah, but listen.
They do a country music festival here.
Listen.
Cassie says, do you have a theater? I love a good live play. See, that's what we're missing. We're missing like a performing arts venue.
I mean, that is one of them. Thomas says the difference is that there's no one you want to see. The difference is that growing up, there was a lot of times where artists would play and they didn't come to Myrtle Beach. When they did their tours, they did not come here. They went to cities.
Yeah, Charleston.
Myrtle Beach is not a city.
Yeah.
The closest they would come is Charleston. If they were really, really big and they were only hitting big bullet points, it was Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, screw that. I'm not going 6 hours to see a show. Anyway. But yes, we have a lot.
Thomas says, maybe Charlotte? Yeah, maybe Charlotte.
Yeah.
Maybe Columbia.
I mean, if they're playing Atlanta, they're probably playing Charlotte. So yeah.
Yeah.
Charlotte. Charlotte's what, 4 hours?
Yeah, Charlotte's 4 hours.
That's closer than Atlanta. Anyway.
Paint Chipper gifted a sub to Paint Chipper.
But with an extra P.
Princess Pika 94 resubbed 18 months. Good morning, grandparents. How are you doing?
The babka is being put into my body. I'm doing great.
Thomas says Charlotte is 4 hours depending on who drives.
Charlotte is 3.5 hours away. 4 hours if it's raining, or if you have to pee. And 5.5 hours if you ask Siri. I'm sure it's better now.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's better now.
Sparks15 gifted a sub to Sporks15.
Hey, Sporks.
Shy sent 300 bits. Steven has trained his word pronunciations at the school of Adam Savage. I reject your reality and substitute my own.
I mean, yeah. We still occasionally have people that are like, you know it's Gerudo, right? And I'm like, I'm aware.
I'm aware. We refuse to call it that.
I'm aware. I feel like it's actually funny to me that that's the thing people bring up whenever I pronounce it Kakariko. People finally got over that mostly. People are like, it's fine. He can say Kakariko, but you're not allowed to say Gerudo. Like, it's fine. Listen, we've purposefully taught me wrong as a joke. 500 bits. 500 bits from Cassie, who says, vibes needed. I had to have a biopsy for an issue that was supposed to be taken care of 7 years ago. Still waiting on pathology and getting a game plan to take care of it. I know the vibes here work, so good vibes.
Good vibes.
I was reading about what you had said in Discord, so I know about what's going on. And I send the goodest of vibes your way. I hope everything works out with as little recourse as possible. My best, Cassie, for sure. We've got Squid of Baconator gifting a sub to Squid of War. Are people just gifting subs to alternate timeline versions of them? Like Squid of Baconator, like there was a time in their life where it was like I could go to war or I could go to Wendy's, and like Squid like our Squid chose Wendy's, but in a different one the other Squid went to war. Maybe because the Wendy's was closed, so that Squid was like, I'm so angry that there's not Baconators, and then went to war. I don't know. Wendy's or war. Wendy's or war sounds like a really great like debut album. That's definitely what someone should call their debut album, and that one's free. Just keep it. If you started like a ska band in the year 2021. Anyway, that one's free. You should name your album Wendy's or War. Where are we? 6 months from Plusonic. 6 months already. Hope everyone has a Happy New Year. First Twitch community I've been sub to. What's your favorite day in 2020? First person to read this, can you pinch the other? Ah, God, you pinch so hard.
Gotta make sure I pinch.
Is that from your father?
No, that's from my mom.
Jesus. Your dad punches. That's the thing. If I get punched,
he backhands.
It's all the
same.
same.
In the arm, not
it's all,
like on the face.
It's all physical assault is what it is. Oh my God. Oh, it's numb. Jesus Christ. Favorite day in 2020? Extra Life.
Extra Life.
Extra Life. Second favorite day in 2020? Watching Emil play Grand Theft Auto 5 for the first time.
That was good.
That's really up there. Also, really easy to choose when it's like there's only like a few things where you had other people. It's nice to know Carly hits Kyle too. There's only a few things in 2020 where you even like had other people. Yeah, you didn't know that was in 2020. That was.
It was in January.
2020 started. The first breakfast stream of 2020.
Yes, Thomas, that was a highlight.
DDR Pad Day. The first breakfast stream of 2020. The first song of 2020. Nick did. That was a long time ago. So Nick and Paul were here. Mm-hmm. At the very, very, very beginning of
2020.
Of 2020. A month later, or no, not a month later.
A few weeks.
A few weeks later. A few weeks later, Emil and Massey were here.
A few weeks after that is when we got the Subaru.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff was happening at the beginning of 2020. It was like, 2020 good! And then it was like, and I was like, 2020 bad. But up until that, there was, there was good... Man, what? Why is... Okay, there's a train, I guess. People got really excited about looking back at what happened. It's true. Like, at the very beginning of 2020 was not bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And then we got to mid-February, and it did a bad.
It did a bad.
But before that, it had not actually done a bad. Anyway, I was starting to get near the end of alerts, and now that's been shot down. So I'm gonna increase my rate here.
Elfie Goldfish gifted 5 subs to Momiji Rocks, the Bay XLR, iCozy, Lind Green and Silver Cates. Thank you.
Coffee.
You have to click.
I know.
Paint Chipper gifted a sub to Paint Chipped. Tenderkraut gifted a sub to Tenderkrunk.
In the club. In the club. Sorry, no one gets that at all.
Darling Aces sent 500 bits. There was a period of time where my alerts were only being read by Mal. There's only a small part of me that's upset that streak was broken. Starting again.
It's back.
Coffee.
You need a drink of your coffee now. Matted Satsy sent 300 bits. Satsy here. This week has been a weird, not well week. I think I'm on the mend, but it's hard to know every day. It varies wildly. Today is a headache and sore throat.
Well.
Hallelujah.
I mean, I can't speak for Sats. I know Satsy's in the UK. Mm-hmm. It's been, it's been a not... It's been... Demon Clown. It's been a not great week for, like... I mean, to some extent, maybe everyone. It was certainly in the U.S. Last week. Mm-hmm. God, it's been every day. Just feels like there's been some rough times. So anyone who's just feels like they're not doing well.
Coffee.
Yeah,
that's warranted.
I hope you start feeling better, Satsy.
Yeah. If you already got like if you're reading the news and you're like, ugh, and then you already have like headache, sore throat, those sorts of things don't go well together. So I hope that you start feeling better. Also, people are reminding me that we did not run beans.
Yeah?
Hey, the stream deck didn't explode. Thanks.
Hello, baby kitten.
Thanks, Elgato.
Did I mess up your fur? I'm sorry. I was just petting you. Let me fix it.
All right, one more gulp.
Sapphire Becca gifted a sub to Sapphire Beach.
That one's pretty close.
That was pretty
Especially
close.
if you like move the letters. We got 300 bits from Wonderlive. It says, I'll try this again. Morning. I had such a busy birthday on Tuesday that I totally forgot about breakfast stream. My sister got me an Amazon Echo Dot for my birthday, and I was having so much fun talking to A word all day. Breakfast stream just passed me by. Trying not to use that name if I can help it. Just because we've had issues activating people's lights. Peggy came from Ryan BO6, 2033 bits. It says, who says Peggy can't be on this train? Not her, clearly.
No one tells Peggy what to do.
She doesn't even have to ride the train because she's faster than the train.
Yeah.
She just runs alongside the train, which
she
would
walks alongside it. Because she's faster running. So she only has to walk to keep up with it.
I get what you're saying, but I have huge issues with the fact that walking involves the length of your legs. It has nothing to do with you can, like, how tall is Peggy?
Tall.
Because if a train's going, how fast is the train going? 50 miles an hour. If the train's going 50 miles an hour,
Stephen George, a walking expert.
I'm just saying, if she's walking
And keeping up with it?
and keeping up, her legs have got to be really long.
She's tall.
How tall?
I don't know.
She's at most 8 feet tall. I don't think she's high. I mean, like, she's mostly legs, but there's, she'd have to be really tall. Like much taller than 8 feet to be able to walk and keep up with a 50-mile-per-hour train. There's probably some way to figure this out with math, but as we talked about Tuesday, I don't know how that works. Where was I? Five gift subs from Tired Psychopomp 91 to Floris Damon, Vostro, Maleficium, Decoy Troy, and Jez Rizza. Appreciate that. Milk bombs. Another 5 milk bombs from Cock9 to Anya K23, Peach Yoshi 64, Aaron Frost, Xenamata, and Kato Potato. It's a fun one. And another 4 subs from Alfie Goldfish to John WP2, Mudaharu, N-Airs, and One Gamer 64. Thank you. We also have Armored Frog gifting a sub to Armored Toad. It's just alternate timelines. Smashing.
It's like, you know how in Earthbound they take enemies and then you see them again later sometimes and they have a different color scheme, like a criminal caterpillar?
Like a palette swap?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a cut enemy from Earthbound. You get into the glitched area, you can find the Armored Toad. Smashing Crossing gifted a sub to Orange King 97. Line Rider gifts a sub to Line Rider, but without any numbers. Agers 10 gives a sub to Agers 215. Gamer Girl gives 2 subs to Ed Zoologist and Jaeger Boy Leet. Princess Pika gives a sub to Treben Reads. I think you got it right. Danny X6 gifted a sub to Danny X420X. Smoke Danny every day. Oh, they're good. You did the train. See, now the train comes to a stop, and now Peggy can walk faster because she's not 100 feet tall. Do what to me? Brandon says, Chaz, is Armored Toad in the randomizer name pool? Sparkstrike gifted a sub to Sparkstrike, but without the 13. Noah Balboa 125 gifted a sub to Balboa Noah. This is wild. Padawan Becca gifted a sub to Padawanabe. Adrian Kell gifts a sub to Kell by Adri. Back in Red gives a sub to Back on Red. 8 months at tier 2 from Budgies Unleashed, who says, I finally made it to Crunch again. My little kitty Alduin says hello. Hi, Alduin.
No stay.
I hope Alduin also stays. He's like, can I get up? And you're like, no. Clearly wants to go, and you're like, here. There you go. You just sit. Good cat. Platinum Pikachu gives a sub to Platinum Pikachu, but without the 153. Penguin Frog gives a sub to Penguin Frog. Well, it's Penguin Frog, technically.
Yeah.
Gives a sub to Penguin Frog. Dear Lord. 28 months from Hiryu. 3 bits from Analysis.com. Who says, Happy Pongal, Tamil New Year, to everyone who celebrates it. Another New Year. We get to celebrate multiple New Years. We get 100 bits from Matted Satsy. Gotta get used to that. Throw on the extra bit in front there. 300 bits from Shaman. It says, kept forgetting to ask, would you consider opening up the Discord to Twitch subs too, or maybe YouTube channel members if you get them at some point? I mean, anything can change at any time. It's one of those things that, like, we just kind of take it on, like, a per thing basis. But it's something that we, can consider. 300 bits from Adrian Kawa says, Mummy ride the train. See, mummies have to ride the train because they don't have... Mummies can't go fast.
There's a mummy with a passport. There was something about how, like...
Sorry, that feels out of left.
I don't remember which one it is, but there was one that they brought in for a museum. And they had to have, like, because it's human remains. Ramses II. Thank you, Armored Frog. Egyptian passport. In order to go to museums, they had to give it a passport.
But they're dead. Why? Why do you don't need a passport when you're dead? When you're dead, you become furniture. And then you just tell the gate agent, you're like, this is my furniture. And they'll be like, that's human-shaped. And you go, well, they're not alive. And then they go, oh. So. Brandon says, I'm alive and don't have a passport.
See?
I don't understand why you need a passport.
It was in 1974.
He says, Steven, do you travel with dead people often? Do you have something to tell us? I'm just saying, like, it seems odd to me.
After that, they decided that didn't need to happen, but they did that then.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, for example, there is an art piece by Brancusi. It's Bird in Flight. It's like bronze, and it's like this gold-colored swoosh.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen one version of it. When that came to the U.S. for exhibition, Customs wanted to charge them an import fee. And they were like, we need to charge this some insane number for how much it's worth because it was a piece of art. And so they ended up classifying it as a kitchen utensil so he didn't have to pay as much on taxes.
Just a really big one.
Yeah.
Just a
Real
really,
big spoon.
really big spoon. Not technically wrong. Not technically wrong. 300 bits of Padawan Beckett says, Hi P! Lilac Oligochi gives a sub to DD0300. 300 bits of mana. M and I says, the hype train go beep beep. Three gift subs from Vegetable Sorbet to MyGL, LeGamer646, and Z137AK. Appreciate that. We have Cobalt Custard gifting a tier 3 sub to Mook Squared. Thank you, Cobalt. 100 bits from Aldo. 300 bits from Adris who says, Clown Roll. Also, this has been a great morning so far. Waiting to hear on updates for the job I interviewed for, as well as a friend struggling through COVID, so I hope to have some exceptional news next week. I hope so as well.
Yeah, good vibes to you.
Good vibes. It seems like, you know, there's definitely some parts of this week, you know, not only for myself, but for others, that it's like, it's not a great week, but it just means that, you know, you have a bad week this week, better week next week. Bad day one day, better day the next day. 300 bits from Gaze with the beans, but then we did end up running the beans, so the beans got run. 100 bits from Nixelpad. 300 from Cabry, who says, train time and new cheer level. Woo! Congrats. 300 bits from Smashing Crossing with the, it's a little robot star rain. Roma818 gives a sub to Zombie Ward. We got 205 bits from Smash Bryman. Paint Chipper gifted a sub to Paint Chips. There's a lot of variations on Paint Chipper's name specifically. 500 bits from Tender Crouch says, getting on the morning train. While Peggy walks alongside the train because Peggy... What's the thing in Pokemon where they get big?
Don't ask me.
I haven't played the game where they get big, but there's a thing where, like, Pokemon just get big.
Like kaiju size?
Yeah. I don't know what it's called.
Dynamax.
Dynamax. Okay, yeah. So Peggy can Dynamax. I don't know, is that a verb or a noun? Do you perform a Dynamax, or does a Dynamax happen to you? Are you a Dynamax? Is it like in your heart? I'm not sure the you know, both. Okay. And there's also Gigantamax. Okay. I played Red and Blue. So it sounds like as long as you use the word. Renee says,
Bakugan stand.
Renee says, I don't have enough tea for this discussion. Okay. Dynamaxing only your heart seems like a bad idea. I can Dynamax once. 100 bits from Budgies Unleashed. Thank you. 304 bits from Danny X6 with the Tom Nook star rain. 300 bits from Phantom SVD says M&M train. The Mom Spaghetti always throws me off. Pseudobite gives a sub to Pseudo Bites. That one's clever. That's the one. There's a lot of these that, like, when I read them, they sound basically the same, but when you look at the spelling differences, they're really clever. 300 bits from Princess Pika. She says, almost caught up on Breath of the Wild. Been racing through the Twitch VODs, only watching the game. Can't wait to catch up so I can go back to watching all the hilarious between-the-scenes footage again. That's a reminder that tomorrow, at some point during the actual episode part, I have to briefly explain who Wallace Gotham Goron is.
Gorok.
No, his last name is Goron with an N.
But
He is a Gorok.
But I thought their names were based on their...
No.
Okay.
It's a common misunderstanding. The last name is Goron, which he gets from his father's side. Gotham comes from his mother's side. And then he was named Wallace. But he likes to go by Gotham. It's because he was closer with his mother. That's new lore. Elfie Goldfish gifted a sub to Elfie Go Lucky. Mr. Mayor gifted a sub to Hippo40582. 30 bits from Kazuyumi says, what did everyone think of Pokemon news today, by the way? I didn't see... What was the news? I saw that Pokemon Snap got a release date of April 30th. I didn't know if there was anything else. Was there anything else? Is that the Brandon, Pokemon, they're making it. Oh, is that the news? Okay. Well, if you haven't seen the news, that's the news. Pokemon Snap has a release date of April 30th. And Sephiroth says there was a short trailer. Haven't seen the trailer, so I'll probably try and check that out. I really like Pokemon Snap. I got it on N64 when it came out, so I'm very interested in the new one. It'll be a fun game to play. Let's see what else we got. 100 bits from Plusonic. Grand Spectre gifted a sub to DB505. We got 500 bits from Unbent Reagent, who says, speaking of bad weeks, I got a positive COVID test last week and have been isolated at home dealing with a bad cough since then. Luckily, I have your streams and videos to pass the time, but good vibes would very much be appreciated. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Again, we've had, across the last, few weeks, we've had probably at least one person every stream report back, a positive COVID test. And, obviously we wish everyone the best. You basically just have to take it easy. I'm glad that we can provide some level of entertainment for you right now. But just, chill as much as you can. Basically. And I hope if nothing else that cough starts to clear up soon. Because I know that's... there's a lot of bad that comes with the cough, because, your throat gets
sore and
everything. So I hope that you can at least get over that symptom as quickly as possible, because having a cough that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Space Vixen Music gives a sub to Lonely Space Vixen. So went from producing music to just being lonely. I think the current timeline is the better outcome, because the alternate timeline is just loneliness. Arian661 gives a sub to Micah Makes. Jithy Picard gifted a sub to Picard July. Cobalt Custard gifted a sub to Cobalt Burrito. So that's a difference. Custard versus burrito. Neither are more preferable than the other. It's really what mood I'm in. But you don't put one in the other. Usually. Don't 2300 sends in 100 bits. Thank you. 6 months from JJ102. Heyo, hashtag Team Mao forever. She has all the knowledge.
all of it.
All of the knowledge? Every last bit?
Yeah.
I'd buy it. I've always kind of suspected that. We got 2 months from Safrina13. Drats, mystery subbing for the hype train. Anywho, past time, I followed up on that gift sub with an actual sub. Thank you for all the laughs. You're welcome. Happy to have led to, a smile. If people smile and laugh, I'm like, okay, I did all right. Sparks15 gifted a sub to Fargothics. I'm not that surprised that username exists, but it is still somewhat surprising, because that name is 100% just from
yes,
from us. It just means that someone...
Only you could have thought of Fargothics.
Thanks. Fargothics is my name.
I have a penguin friend.
The penguin is my only friend in the world. Paint Chipper gifted a sub to Babu. Babu. I know how to spell calm gifted a sub to I know how to spell dog. Fun fact, I know how to spell dog is also a viewer. I don't know if you knew that when you gifted that sub, but I know how to spell dog is actually a longtime viewer of the channel, so it's funny that you gifted that sub specifically. There's like old mail videos and old Q&As and stuff where I know how to spell dog, like ask questions and sends in mail or whatever. That's funny. Kazayumi gifted a sub to Kasayumi. Ocarina of Me gifted a sub to Ocarina of Meme. Or Mimi. 11 months from Toon Linky says, sending good vibes to everyone who needs it today. That was sweet. It seems like, last week and this week combined is kind of like a good time to send vibes to everyone's way. Cybe gifted a sub to Cy Beach. Darling Ace has gifted a sub to Thursday is 7. That was a little difficult because I was getting close and then the train came. But I did it.
There was a train.
I got through. Mm-hmm. I got through the things.
Yep.
I'm having a
tickle.
Yeah, I think I did it.
Need some water.
Yeah, I need something to drink, but I drank all my drink. It's fine. Just a little tiny tickle. Spark says there was a train and also an alternate reality split. Well, you learned a lot about the alternate timeline for folks.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot.
A lot.
Well, I don't know if we learned a lot.
I learned a lot.
You didn't learn anything. You already have all the knowledge.
I was gaining knowledge.
But I thought you already had it all.
There's always more knowledge.
So there's just new knowledge being created.
Lifelong learner, Stephen.
That's fair. Oh man. 500 bits from Scarflasher says, so I just hyper-focused and did some Peggy math. And based off of the equation from Scientific American of height multiplied by 0.4 equals your walking stride. The average speed of a passenger train in the U.S. is 54 miles per hour. Peggy would need to be 1,080 feet tall to keep up with a train. Also, I kind of guessed on the train at 50 miles per hour, but that was pretty close.
Yeah, you were real close.
So, again, Peggy, I'm guessing, is like 8 to 9 feet tall. So that's a big Dynamax. Because I've seen the pictures, the pictures of the Pokemon with their little Dynamax, and they don't seem like they're 1,000 feet tall. If anything, they're the size of the stadium. I'd say that they're like 100.
Just as Peggy does that Olympic power walking though, where they like wobble a little bit because they're trying to stay real level.
This is the thing. If you're 9 feet tall, at what point do you? That's 100 times, more than 100 times taller that you'd need to be to walk, which means that you'd be walking 100 times faster. At what point is it go to a run? If you are walking 100 times faster than a walk, is that not called a run?
No.
Coffee.
What is a run? Is Thomas
where your
here?
stride changes.
Thomas.
Decoy Troy's right. If both feet leave the ground, then it's a run.
It's not the speed, it's the stride. This is ridiculous to me. At a certain point, you have to call it a run. You have to. If you are walking 100 times faster than a walk.
Peggy's not human. Nothing counts.
Scar flashes out here, helping us do trig, so we can figure out if Peggy's big. Turns out she's bigger than all of us thought. 8,000 feet. Up there, it must get hot. Did I say 8,000? I meant 1,080. At 8,000 feet tall. It is hot as she gets much closer to the sun. Chanel says, no, she's 8,000. That's when she Dynamax is too much.
Too much.
Chaz, yes, it's famously hot at higher altitudes.
Thus the son of Mount Everest.
People melting as they get close to the summit. Listen.
Is the Ark of the Covenant up there?
Yes. At 8,000 feet tall, it's a little. What's the distance from sea level to the stratosphere?
I don't know.
I don't even know. Is it like 2 miles? Maybe? Someone knows. I think it's like 2 miles. That's like 10,000 feet, 11,000 feet.
Several Peggy units.
Maybe it's 1 mile. I don't know. 100? No, it's not that far. Max says, I would tell you, but all I know is metric units. Chess says, are you suggesting Denver is outside the stratosphere? Maybe.
It's Mile High City.
Andromeda says 6.2 miles. That sounds correct.
Coffee.
Oh yeah, planes are, yeah, okay, so yeah, you're right. It's much higher than 2 miles. Planes can fly, 5 to 6 miles above the Earth. So it's 6.2 miles. Okay, so it's 6.2 miles. Oh, she'd still fit. She'd still fit. Anyway, Becca, thank you for, starting the long discussion that leads to me saying, it's hot up in Mount Everest. That's where it's sweltering. You gotta be careful you climb up that mountain, you melt. Matt and Sassy gifted a sub to Sassy. That one's good. 500 from Kazume says, Trogdor was 18 years old yesterday. Oh my god. Some people in the audience go, who? It's fine. It's fine. Flash is dead. Moist Crunchy Potato gifted a sub to Hard Boiled Potato. I think it's an accurate antonym. 300 from my now spell comment says, tell me you work in tech without telling me you work in tech. Hello, I'm looking for a dumb appliance. I just want all of them to be himbos. Stupid, pretty, indestructible. I'm not sure I completely understand the thing I read.
Coffee.
I don't know what a himbo is. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know.
300 bits from Pickletron, who says, it's like when you two are on a walk and Steven increases his strides to begin walking faster, but mouses start running to keep up. I mean, sure, but like 100 times. I'm not 100 times faster than Mao. That's all I'm saying. I'm not 100 times faster.
You're quite fast.
But if I was 100 times faster, I would call that a run. Personally. And 300 bits from JJ says, Mao for the win. Congrats, girl. Congrats on your continued knowledge of all things.
Carly said she's getting snow and it's going to start snowing for 24 hours.
It's getting warmer here, fortunately. We're looking at having a high, I think the high tomorrow is 60.
Yep.
That's cool. I mean, that's, it's certainly not summertime temperatures, but I'll take 60 over, something else.
Snow for that long?
I'll certainly take it over snow. But we still have a month
Of cold.
We still have a month of cold.
We have a month of cold.
Well, we do. you know, by mid to late February.
We're right about the time where we historically have the coldest weather of the year for us.
And instead it's going to be 60 tomorrow. But it doesn't mean that it won't be cold next week. Might be super cold.
Coffee.
So, yeah. It's been pretty cold. Like, it's been low 30s some nights.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cold. That's very cold.
That's cold.
I mean, it is. It's very cold. Maybe some shy says, here's a haiku for you. This is such a weird morning. Peggy is so tall. It's snowing on Mount Fuji. That's strange that it's snowing up there because it gets so warm. We learned a lot about Peggy today. Despite being about 8 to 9 feet tall, she's basically an ostrich.
Basically.
And you can ride her like an ostrich. She can use special powers which are in her heart in order to, you know, go big.
To go big.
Yeah. At which point she can walk next to a train. Spark says, can she fly with the wing? No, I think it's mostly just a rudder. I don't think that that's necessarily for flight.
Could it help her jump higher?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think that was actually decided the night that she was made.
Made.
Yeah.
Peggy was made.
It's like a big flap. She's like Sephiroth. We already learned that they can do the fusion dance, and then things get a little bit different. Yeah, it's like a rudder, you know, it helps. Because she's moving so quickly. She's got to, you know, make sure that she can go the directions that she needs to go.
See, because she's like running and she can like turn it and it would help her like turn.
Yeah, because it's not on like this, it's on like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you know, it's just for... They know what it is. What was I going to say?
She's like a cheetah. Yeah, like how cheetahs use their tail to like change directions. It's kind of like that.
This probably works better than the tail, too. Probably. Oh, I wanted to ask how people were enjoying now that finally Extra Life is
being released.
Because it feels like a long time ago, and it wasn't that long ago, but you know, it was late October. It's nice to have that finally, you know, coming out. So for the ANTM VOD. I'm like, ANTM. What game?
America's Next Top Model.
Oh, okay. I could not figure out which one. I was like, which one? Okay, yeah. There's so many of them too.
Yeah.
It's there's so many.
We played so many games this year.
We played more than we had ever played before. So it's interesting because with so many games, I actually forgot some of them as well. I imagine to party my babies. And Cold Stone, yeah, Cold Stone. There was Today's Fragile Dreams, I believe.
Was that the one where the Wiimote speaks to you?
I think several of them they spoke.
Well, it was like you have to listen, and it gets.
There was there was definitely some sounds that came out of the Wii remote, and I think it wasn't even optional. I think it was like
you had to.
You had to,
mm-hmm.
And I had the volume off because I hate that thing. So it was like, nope, turn it on. I'm like, God. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, there's next week is Busy Scissors. I'm fairly certain.
I'm so sad that crashed.
Well, and the thing is, that disc was immaculate, so that was, you know,
immaculate.
Listen, it's early. It's early. Listen, that disc was imaginative and imitative. It got immolated. And I suffered a personal itinerary. Diversion. 4-month resub from Dougie Jones from Twin Peaks. First breakfast stream I've been able to make. I'm very excited to say I'm getting my COVID vaccination tomorrow. Also, a big thank you to all the healthcare workers and first responders. Good vibes to all those affected by COVID-19. That is awesome.
Awesome.
I would be lying if I said that I were not jealous.
Yeah.
I am jealous. Patiently waiting. I mean, in no present danger because we'll
Yeah.
just stay in the house all
We'll
the time.
continue to wait.
We'll continue to wait, but man, I am excited. And I'm excited for you. Are all the different vaccines, are they all 21 days apart from first and second dose, or are there some that are slightly different?
There's one that's still, like, not approved yet. That's only 1 dose, I think.
Okay.
Dougie Jones says, I work with special needs individuals, so I'm super happy. Awesome.
Ah, nice. Thomas says, I want that jab.
Noah says Moderna is a month. One is 3 weeks, one is 4 weeks.
Okay.
Pfizer's 21 days.
It's. I think it's interesting because the pandemic has completely skewed my concept of time.
Yeah.
Where in any other time I'd be like 3 to 4 weeks, that's forever. And now I'm like, that's no time. That's so fast. They're like, it's going to be a few more months before you can get the vaccine. I'm like, that's almost tomorrow. Cool. Everything shifted. Yeah. I remember 3 to 4 weeks. That's one grocery store trip. Yeah, time. God, time. What happened to time? One day, time might return.
Yeah.
There'll be a time where time.
Yesterday
makes
we
sense.
moved. No, we didn't move to 1B officially. They just started including 70 and up in 1A. That's what they did. But we're going to 1B, I think, by the end of the month.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. We're getting there.
No, it says Jersey moved to 1B today. The clinic is so packed.
I mean, so the good thing about that is that, like, it's going to take a while before we get a turn, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that in the meantime, you know, number go up.
Yeah.
Human love to see number go up. Number go up, and I'm like,
There's some news site that has a tracker that's pulling all the data from the health departments of each state of how many vaccines have gone out, and they're doing it like per capita, and I'm like, ooh, look, our number went to 1 finally. Oh, it's at 1.5. And it's like such little increases, but it's really exciting.
Yeah, human really like when number go up. And then of course as number go up, cases go down.
Yeah.
And then in that inverse, human like when number go down. So yeah, number go up, number go down.
Thomas says the only number I want to go up is my bank account.
So yeah, I'm very excited about that. So it's cool because even though, you know, we're not getting it yet, it's just like I still get to read about good things happening. I like hearing about good things happening.
Yeah.
There's entire websites dedicated to that. So. What's that site? Only Good News?
The specific site is justgivemepositivenews.com.
Seems like a good site. Just give me positive news.
Canada is now given enough vaccine doses to cover 1% of the population.
Yeah. That's good. Slow build.
Yeah.
Slow build. I don't. I still read I still read the bad news. I don't recommend it. But I like to be aware. I'm like, there's a lot of eyebrow raising. Like, it's fine. The things I can get excited about instead is
Pastrami sandwiches.
pastrami sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing
Yep.
I have to look forward to. And of course Zelda,
Which is tomorrow.
which is tomorrow. I've got so many stinking amiibos in front of me now because we kept bringing up new ones.
So we would remember which ones we'd scanned.
So now we have a little army. And I mean, we're also doing we're also scanning them every time we
Switch controllers. Mhm.
The thing is, like, we got to get out of the tundra because every time we go to scan one, all the fish freeze immediately. You know what I mean? The fish fall from the sky and then it's just like they're ice blocks. And I'm like, well, should probably solve that. Yeah, or, well, I don't care if the fish are dead. They can die. They're gonna die in my pouch anyway. I'm gonna put them in my bag. The problem is when they're frozen, because then they're not fish. Then they're frozen fish. You can't thaw the stupid things.
Maybe.
Can you?
I don't know.
You can't take them out of your inventory. Maybe you can set them on fire.
You can't drop them on the ground?
No, because they turn into meals. You can't drop meals. You can only drop ingredients.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but before you pick them up, I wonder if you could set them on fire. It's fine. I'm just thinking out. I'm thinking out loud. Things to announce today.
Breath of the Wild tomorrow. Extra Life VODs are coming out.
Yeah, we already said Fragile Dreams was today.
Yeah.
That game seemed interesting. It didn't review well, which is a shame because it actually seemed kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then I looked it up, and all the review outlets from back in the day were like, 5 or 6 out of 10. And I was like, aw, that's sad, because it seemed kind of neat. That's it.
That's it?
That's
Okay.
it. There's
You released 3 vlogs yesterday?
Yeah, I released 3 vlogs yesterday, and now, I'll almost certainly be caught up today, unless something happens. I released Tuesday's breakfast stream this morning at, like, whatever time, 7 a.m.
Whatever time.
It was early. And yeah, Pikmin 3 will be today as well. Pikmin 3 will be on the channel for a while. We've had some people that were, in the comments, and they're like, man, you really, like, Pikmin 3 is real short now because of the side story is short. They're like, you should release 2. And I'm like, nope. But we're releasing Extra Life also, so it's actually more content than regular. Because normally things are about like 25 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Now, side stories and Extra Life, it's actually a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so
it is.
That's the reason we're not doing it. And there's a few folks that had concerns that Pikmin was going to be on the channel for a long time, and I'm like, I don't care. Why is that a problem? It's fine. Just let it happen. Just enjoy it. There's gonna be Pikmin to watch for a while. Because Pikmin's going to go for a while. Extra Life is going to go for a while. And, I mean, Breath of the Wild, like, good God. That's going to be on YouTube for a long time. And I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's interesting to think about the fact that we'll probably be wrapping up Breath of the Wild from the streaming side.
Yeah.
In another, like, 2 to 3 months. I bet you anything we'll be done with it.
Yep.
And then, we'll be making some new stuff. Yeah.
It's exciting.
Walrus says, how long is the 2017 gap now? You mean 2018. 2018 gap is...
Less than 2 months, officially.
Yeah. That's something I want to work on. I'd love to try and get it out before the end of the week. We'll see. The next vlog's really good, because the next vlog features Tyler and Jepson. Because we actually finally get to...
PAX.
Yeah, we get to PAX and
Our
everything.
grandsons.
Yeah, everything. So much has changed. I mean, just the concept of doing, like, a convention also right now is, like, horrifying. It's like, what? But, I'm looking forward to all that. In fact, I actually, pretty soon, like within the next, like, 2 weeks probably, I'll be trying to get all of the footage that was shot at the meetup. I'll be trying to, like, get that back. Because I know that, like, people shot some stuff and then put it on YouTube, and I'm gonna have to, like, try and find it all.
Yeah.
To include it. Yeah. I'll get it. It's fine. I'm not terribly concerned. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we'll go ahead and wrap up then.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get started on trying to make sure some more vlogs come out today. Thank you all for being here. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And I do hope that you'll join us tomorrow, because tomorrow the first full Zelda stream where it's nothing but like searching, or did that happen?
I think that happened before.
Well, we had the province to do.
Yeah.
We hadn't done the so
We
tomorrow.
have all the map.
Tomorrow is actually a really cool Zelda stream because we're loading up and we have nothing to do but just
Quests and shrines.
yeah. We'll find them.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful day. See you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, for more. Well, not breakfast stream, but you know, side quest stream, shrine. Wow, that's really hard to say.
Shrine stream.
How can you do that so easily? Stream. Thermodynamics.